Hey guys, it's Anthony Martin with Martin Vacation Properties here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I'm at the River Cottage today. We had a little bit of problem. Over the last couple of months, there's been some sort of water leak. I thought it might be coming from the shower. I thought people might be getting some water on the floor or something, and it washing over to the wall, and then being soaked up by the it going under the trim. So I came in here and I put down some. I made sure I caulked the bottom of the trim where it touched the tile floor. I did not do that before, but I went ahead and did that. Well, that didn't work, and it's still happening. So I'm here today to figure out where this water leak is coming from. All right, here's what we're looking at. So at first, you can see the bathroom here. So I thought, well, this is probably coming from this shower and they're just spraying the water out and it's getting in the floor. It's a super nice shower here. I thought that that's what was happening. And it was just kind of going over to the floor, getting under the trim and then soaking up into the wall. That's obviously not what's happening here. We've got some sort of water leak. And I just caught a glimpse of this on the ceiling. So I have a strange feeling that the leak is coming from up above and it's actually not coming from here. So what the plan is I'm going to get my ladder out and I'm going to open up these tiles and I'm going to see if I can find some water coming down from the ceiling. If that is what is happening, I'll have to get with the building. This is a condo here in Pigeon Forge, and I'll have to get with the maintenance guy, and they will need to get with the tenants above here, whoever owns the condo above me, and get that water leak fixed. And once they have that fixed, then I'll be able to come in here and repair the wall. So pulling the tile didn't yield much results. We've got some sheetrock there in the way. There's just pieces of that right there, so I can actually pull that out if I need to, and be able to look down through there, but I don't think I'm gonna get much results. One thing that I'm thinking about is in the kitchen of this condo is right behind that wall. So it's possible that if somebody's had this trouble before, I can go pull that stove out and maybe they've got some sort of access panel or something like that. I thought about maybe cutting a small access panel behind there because they make those little access panels that you could put on there, and that may be able to give me some access behind this wall. I did notice that up there is the sewer pipe coming from up above where the toilet is above us, and it has been leaking onto my tile. It's not wet right now, so whatever problem they did have, they have fixed, but it was leaking down on my tile, and I'll either need to replace that tile, try to clean it, but one thing I did in the other one when that happened is I replaced the tile and then I put two tiles, one on top of another, so that if it does leak in the future, it takes a lot longer to ruin the actual tile that we have in here, because when we did the renovation, we put all new, really nice looking tiles. And just so you know, info wise, if you're in a condo building, most of the bathroom and kitchen areas, not in your living room area and your bedrooms, things like that, but most of the bathrooms and kitchens will have the drop ceilings so that you can access all of the plumbing and electrical, which is really helpful in situations like this when you're on the bottom floor or you have floors above you in these condo buildings. All right, so the mystery is solved of this water leak. It took some thinking overnight. I thought it may be a nail into the sewer pipe. I came in this morning, checked it out again, and did find the mystery water leak. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you and they haven't done it in your building, but it looks like, and this is easier to see from above, and I could probably show a thing, but I got a mess down here. But let me flip this around. Okay, so yeah, I got a mess down here. I've cut out the wall.
I've got a literal mess under here, but somebody's tried to create their own little 90-degree pipe thing into the big sewer pipe, and they've added this as an addition after the original plumbing was done. And it is leaking from there. The glue that they put on it must be breaking down just because of over time. And so luckily I have a hole behind this and in front of it. I may be able to get to that other side, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some silicone, wet or dry silicone under this that you can add wet or dry from a what you would use for roofing. And then I'm going to come back and close all this up, and I'll show you guys what I came up with to close the wall up and make it look really good.
All right. Hey, coming to you live from my office here in Knoxville. Hey, I wanted to just update you on the River Cottage and how all that ended up with this water leak situation we had, because I didn't have time at the end of it to record on site. So we ended up spending about 3 days in fixing that issue. And what we ended up using, it wasn't the silicone. We tried that. We tried some like wet application roofing silicone, but because we couldn't stop the water from coming, leaking constantly, we couldn't get it to dry. We even tried, I went to Ace Hardware, bought some Flex Seal, just didn't know any better. I won't buy that stuff again. I've never had really good luck with that or the tape or anything else. I went to a plumbing friend of mine and that had been in the business for over 30 years. And he turned me on to the stuff that would actually fix it. And we used that. And it was called, let me flip the screen for you. It was called it was the Hercules Pro Epoxy. So it's a Hercules Pro Epoxy. It is really good. Basically, it comes in a stick form, and you just cut off a piece of it and you knead it in your hands together until it turns gray. So it's like black on the outside, white on the inside, and you knead it together until it turns gray. And then you just form it on there like putty, and it stops the water instantly, and it dries like hard as a rock. So it is really good stuff. And so we finished up, closed everything up, and let me see if I can get you some. Well, I'm going to show some images. So just stay on the end of this video, and I'll show you a few images that I took along the way, and you'll see what it looked like closed up. But that fixed the water leak. So this Pro Epoxy is what you need to fix a water leak that is leaking at the time, and that you can't cut out. Like if you're in a situation like we were, you can't cut that pipe out. You can't put a new piece in there because that pipe won't move at the top or the bottom. So there was no options as far as replacing any of that with a real T. If we tried to go and put a coupler with a T on it, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So this was really the only option that we had at the time. So if you get yourself in this situation and you need something that'll stop a water leak and stop it pretty quickly, especially between like guests or something like that, I would go ahead and get this as a part of your toolbox. It's not very expensive. I would buy some of this. I would have it on hand. I'm going to always have this on hand with myself now, because this is really, really good stuff.